Deanna Maurice, weekly craft and lifestyle content. Hey guys, it's Deanna Maurice. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all a Mother's Day card tutorial. These are all of the pieces that you'll need once everything is cut out. And I also want to let you know, if you're interested in the SVG file that I use for this video, it will be available on my Etsy shop, and there will be a link in the description box below. Don't worry, when you go on my Etsy shop, if it looks a little bare, I've only released this one file so far. I have lots of other listings. They're not public yet because my shop has not launched yet. So keep your eyes open for when my shop does launch. So getting right into this project, the first thing that I like to do is kind of assemble everything that needs to be assembled first. So I weed what needs to be weeded, bone fold what needs to be bone folded, and then stack what needs to be stacked. For this project, I wanted to add a lot of dimension with my llamas, so I cut out 4 additional llamas on standard cardstock paper, and then on top I put on my print then cut image, which are my 2 little cute llamas, and I'm just going to stack it on top with some additional, roll-on adhesive. For this part, I would definitely suggest, if you have the proper ventilation, to use spray adhesive to make sure that all of the layers stick together seamlessly and really act as one piece. Here I'm placing adhesive on the back of my sentiment scallop, and I'm just going to flip that over and line it up with the second scallop, which is a little bit larger, and go ahead and press it down to make sure that it is in its place. This is what my llama sign looks like after it was weeded. I did use Dollar Tree sticker glitter paper. Definitely not the best, however, definitely worth a try. I'm going to play around with this sticker paper from Dollar Tree a little bit more. I definitely think that it will be great if you need to cut out like a large shape. Because it's really affordable. So what I decided to do, since it was such a small part of my project, is just to remove it from the backing and put it down in place with my hand, especially because I already had guidelines from the printing. So I'm just going over the sticker with my fingers to make sure that it's in place, and this is what it looks like. It came out looking great, so if you guys want, just give that Dollar Tree sticker paper a try. It's worth it for the price. Now that I have everything layered and stacked, I'm going to put a bit of adhesive on my scallop and put my llamas on top. The llamas don't have adhesive on the back yet. I just want to play around with the placement to make sure that I have it exactly where I want it to be before I stick it down. So to add a little bit more dimension to my llamas, I'm going to be using foam adhesive dots, and I just love foam adhesive dots. I put them on everything that I possibly can because I love adding dimension to my projects, and basically the adhesive dots are just sticky on both sides and they pop up your image a little bit more, which helps to create a shadow behind whatever you're putting on to your project. I printed my insert on vellum, and a lot of people think vellum is difficult to work with, which it's not. I have a standard inkjet printer at home. The only thing is that once my project comes out, I allow it to sit for a minute or two to ensure that the ink has dried completely. So to adhere it to my project, I'm just using some very small foam dots that I have on hand. However, you can definitely use double stick tape, whatever you would like should definitely work to keep it in place. I love using vellum on projects like this where the cardstock had designs on both sides. Because vellum is semi-translucent, you can still see through it a little bit, and I think that it makes for such a beautiful insert. At this point, I wanted to jazz up the outside of my card a little bit more, so I went for these rhinestone stickers. I would definitely use some E6000 or hot glue on the back of them to make sure that they stay in place permanently so that they won't fall off in transit to the recipient. So for the envelope, it's pretty simple. We're just going to fold our flaps both on the liner and the envelope, and then we're going to put some adhesive on the back. I like to do this so that I can then line up my flap score line, so my envelope and the liner can now begin to work as one, and when the envelope is put all together, it just provides a nice and seamless look and helps to make your envelope lay as flat as possible. As you guys can see, I have the same rose print but in a different weight of paper. I actually picked it up at two different places. The single side I got at Michael's, and the double side cardstock I picked up at AC Moore. And I usually don't do things super matchy, but since I had both of the different weights, I decided to give it a try, and I do like the way that it turned out. So there's no need to waste paper. Your liner doesn't have to go all the way down to the bottom of your envelope because no one's going to see it. And it's also going to add unnecessary bulk. So I just bring mine down about a ½ an inch beneath where my bottom flap is going to fold up and cover. To put your envelope all together, you're just going to need 2 strokes of adhesive on either side of the bottom flap. For the final touch, I did a vinyl in Oracle Gold, and as you guys know, foil is all the rave, and I don't have a foil machine, so this is a great way to do faux foiling on your projects. So I just used my ruler to make sure that everything was lined up and centered, and then I pressed it down and removed my transfer paper. And voila, there you go. It came out looking so beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and remember to subscribe to my channel. It is completely free, as well as hit the bell for notifications so YouTube will generate my videos so that you guys can see them when I post them. This is Deanna Maurice reminding you to stay blessed and to always have good vibes. Bye.